The World Surf League is the governing body of professional surfing, with the sole authority to crown the world champions of the sport. The WSL Championship Tour features the world's best men and women contesting 10 events on 5 different continents. This dream tour is professional surfing's regular season and determines the year-end rankings.
Number 1 seed, locked. Felipe Toledo's got it.
The final 5 men and women advance to surfing's postseason, a single-day event where they will battle head-to-head in the water for the world title.
Everything's on the line right now. I could either achieve my dream or I could see it fall through the cracks.
I'm ready and prepared for whoever it is, whenever it is, wherever it is.
I dedicated my life to win titles. My motivation came from God.
Every world title is harder and harder to reach, and this one will be the hardest.
Today, we crown the world champions of our sport. Get ready for professional surfing's biggest day, the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Welcome to the 2022 Rip Curl WSL Finals. So happy to be back once again, crowning our world champions in the water for the 2nd season in a row. 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore is looking for a record-breaking 8th title this year.
Carissa chasing a 6. It's super close to 7, which is super scary. But yeah, I'm out here and I'd really love to win an 8th. And yeah, I'll do my best, but it'll be a long road, so we'll see.
The Rip Curl WSL Finals is here, finally. It all goes down now in that one big day of competition, and I love it. Everyone is out there with something to lose.
The format of this event is designed to culminate with a head-to-head showdown for the world title. In match 1, the number 5 ranked surfer will compete against number 4. The winner will move into match 2 and face the 3rd ranked surfer. The winner there will move to match 3 against the 2nd seed, and the match 3 winner will advance to the title match, a best-of-3 showdown against the number 1 ranked yellow jersey. Stephanie Gilmore enters this event in the 5th position, the lowest ranking. To win a world title, she will have to defeat a stacked field, highlighted by the number 1 seed, Carissa Moore.
In the orange jersey, give it up for 7-time world champion, Stephanie Gilmore!
Stephanie Gilmore is a 7-time world champ. The motivation to win another is to eclipse Lane Beachley's record. So there's a lot at stake for Steph.
I definitely have my heart set on number 8. Yes, it's the record for the women, and that's something I've always wanted to have.
Her hope for an 8th world title continues.
I'd love to see Steph be there in the final, but it's going to be really difficult, especially when you get a fresh Carissa sitting there at the very top of that final match, man. It's going to be tough.
Everything's on the line right now. I could either achieve my dream or I could see it fall through the cracks. I just think it's really important to bring the intensity from the first heat.
To be a world champion, it just means that dreams can become a reality. Every world title is harder and harder to reach, and this one will be the hardest.
The final 5 men are led by Brazilian Felipe Toledo. Australians Jack Robinson and Ethan Ewing follow in 2nd and 3rd. Italo Ferreira and Kanoa Igarashi, 4 and 5, will face off in the first match.
I think for Felipe Toledo, the one surfer that he would not want to go against in the field of 5 would be Italo Ferreira. And I think that's just due to explosiveness. You don't know what this guy's going to do on any given wave. And I think that's going to definitely be in the back of Felipe Toledo's mind.
I dedicated my life to win contests and win titles, but my motivation came from God.
The Rip Curl WSL Finals will take place in Southern California at Trestles Beach, located in San Onofre State Park. Lowers is a cobblestone point that produces an A-frame peak, offering both lefts and rights during summertime south swells.
Lower Trestles is the preeminent performance wave, not just in California, but on the planet. Both directions give you ample opportunity to do giant airs, big turns.
Felipe Toledo is the fastest surfer on tour, one of the most progressive surfers in the world, and a Lower Trestles local.
Felipe has a brand of surfing that is, you talk about speed, power, and flow. That's like the one element of his surfing that he's better than anybody else at. Just the way he transitions through his maneuvers, so quick that no one else really matches.
Felipe's brand of surfing is laser sharp, whip crack, just everything is so fast. To bet against Felipe at Lower Trestles, I mean, that's a fool's errand right there.
Toledo now off the bottom. Big snap, a lot of power, and big hammer again. 2 explosive turns.
Boom, big drift. Does he stick it? He does.
So Felipe Toledo, he's the man to beat, but it's going to be an intense battle right through to that crowning of a world title.
At the age of 27, Felipe Toledo is a veteran on tour. For 9 years, he has been a serious contender, and last year he finished runner-up to the world title. Felipe has dedicated his career to one day being a surfing world champion.
Felipe, why do you want to be a world champion? It's the biggest accomplishment of my career. You know, it's something that I've dreamed of since I was 15 years old. And I did all the hard work, and I sacrificed a lot of stuff. And for me and for my family, it's going to be a big thing.
Do you spend time reflecting on those years where you were a world title contender and had a shot at the end?
The most important thing for me is to finish the year, you know, giving my 100%. I feel like that was like 2 or 3 years that I could have done better. But all the other ones, I gave it all, and, you know, that's what makes me happy.
Was there one moment this year where it meant more than anything else, result-wise, or a place you were in your life?
I want to say Rio was a special one, but I feel like the moments that I could control myself, you know, I always kept it cool and calm and collected and, you know, ready to go for the next battle. That was the biggest point of the year for me.
Does it come with pressure when people say you're the best at lowers, that you're the guy to beat out there?
Well, I don't think I'm the favorite. I feel like I surf really good over there, and it's definitely hard to beat me. Not being, you know, a kook, but I feel confident, you know. So I'm just going to enjoy this process and surf my best, and, you know, try to take the trophy home.
It's a beautiful thing, knowing who you are and being the best person you can be.
Yeah,
best of luck, best of waves, my
it.
friend, on the big day.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coming up next, the biggest day in professional surfing begins. Match 1 hits the water when the Rip Curl WSL Finals continues.
Surf fans, it's time to get fired up! It's time for the Rip Curl WSL Finals! Let's do this!
WSL presents the Rip Curl WSL Finals. This is the battle for surfing's world championship.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The Rip Curl WSL Finals is Surfing Super Bowl. This is a one-day super event.
Thousands of passionate fans have journeyed here today to support their favorites.
San Clemente has completely changed in the last week or so, with the best in the world anticipating the world title showdown.
The hype levels, the excitement coming into this year have reached a new place we haven't seen in professional surfing.
Checking out the women's bracket for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. It's been set with the first match. 22-year-old Brisa Hennessy looking for her first world title, going against Stephanie Gilmore. Stephanie Gilmore has a shot to go for an 8th world title, but you'd have to add it's a long shot. She's coming in as the lowest seed.
She has a huge road ahead of her as number 5. She will have to surf at least 5 heats, which is stamina, you know, mental strength, being able to go out there and put it all together.
Every world title is harder and harder to reach, and this one will be the hardest for sure. But at the same time, this is the cards that I've been dealt, so I'm going to use this opportunity to try and get that 8 because it's a good number.
Rolling in now, late takeoff for Gilmore. Going for her first turn. Clean hook. Throws down a loose down carve as she slides out. Brisa's out in front. This Costa Rican is fired up. She's looking comfortable.
and feeling pressure-free. Time for Gilmore to respond. 7-time world champ loses control again. Steph Gilmore waiting to break a severe combination with 13:20 on the clock.
Steph straight up started shaky, and it was almost like it was mirroring what happened last year.
The opening ride of the Rip Curl WSL Finals goes to the 7-time world champ. She'll slide out on her second turn. Some speed down the line and another disconnected maneuver off the top. What a massive win for Joanne DeFay over Stephanie Gilmore. A huge upset.
All of a sudden, she got a wave and she was back in the heat.
Priority with Gilmore, and she needs it. Now off the bottom first turn, a big forehand swoop. And lays into the lip line again, and she will shut this one down. 7.93, just like that, breaks the combination.
With, a minute to go, a wave comes through and Steph just rips the bag out of it.
It's all coming down to Steph with now 18 seconds to go.
We're standing by for the last score of Stephanie Gilmore. She needed a 6.40, a 6.83.
Stephanie Gilmore does it. Her hope for an 8th world title continues.
I just paddled back out and I was like, it's not going to go that way again. Just do what you have to do, make it happen. But, I was just like, I'm not losing this heat again.
Steph will have only a short rest before she takes on Tatiana Weston Webb in match 2. While Gilmore catches her breath, match 1 of the men is ready to go. Number 5 Kanoa Igarashi will face number 4 Italo Ferreira. Sitting just outside the final 5 at the last event in Tahiti, Kanoa's entire season came down to one dramatic wave.
2:25 to go. Kanoa's now setting up a potential strike to try to get the 7.41. Kanoa grabs the rail, lunges into the first section. It's staying wide open.
Wow.
Igarashi stands tall for the exit and lets some of the emotion out with 2 minutes to go. 9.7 to get the score to move into the quarterfinals and also show up in September in the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
I can't believe I get to go home and I get to fight for a world title. It doesn't seem real. Surfing is my form of communicating, feeling like an outsider my whole life, and surfing has kind of brought me together and made me feel a part of this world. It builds a lot of character and grit.
Kanoa Igarashi is determined, courageous, and tough.
Surfing in the green jersey, your 2019 world champion, Italo Ferreira!
Facing rival Italo Ferreira, match 1 begins with an intense standoff.
They're pretty scrappy, like paddling for positioning. I mean, it was on.
Kanoa now with his first wave. Throw some progression. Italo coming off a first turn. There's the ramp. Board disconnected. We've got a stylish start from Igarashi. Popping the fins out into reverse.
This is definitely going to be the best wave of the heat.
We've got more waves on the way now. Italo, spring-loaded, tail-high, full rotation punt.
The rotation was all the way around, and the landing just stomped. Butter.
Four minutes to go. Italo staying real active.
That was a terrible wave, and he served it to 5.2. I mean, that was incredible. He milked everything out of that.
Kanoa Igarashi got himself here with the wave of his life in Tahiti, but he will fall short to Italo Ferreira in match number 1. Kanoa now finishes 5th in the world.
With their match 1 wins, Italo Ferreira and Stephanie Gilmore have begun their quest for another world title. Can the two superstars complete the toughest challenge in professional surfing?
Steph been put on the back foot again.
Italo! Italo! Italo!
The Rip Curl WSL Finals continues.
With 10 seconds to go, I think Steph might just start realizing that she's done enough.
She has found victory as your Surf City El Salvador Pro Champion.
Stephanie Gilmore is one of the greatest competitors in WSL history. She holds 7 world titles and a record of 32 event wins and counting.
I started surfing when I was about 9 years old or 10 years old, and I just fell in love straight away. Finished high school in 2005, and then I did the QS full-time in 2006 and qualified for the World Tour straight away in my first year.
Gilmore won her first world title in 2007 as a rookie, the only competitor in WSL history to win a title in their first year.
From the very beginning, I always thought, why would I want to aim to be in the top 10 when I just want to win? I want to be a world champion. And then before I knew it, I was like, I know, had 3 or 4 world titles.
Stephanie Gilmore is now a 7-time world champion, tied for the best of all time with Lane Beachley.
In her youth, Gilmore changed women's surfing with a new aggressive, technical, and stylish approach. Today, the generation of women she's inspired is her biggest challenge. And Steph couldn't be happier.
I hope to leave my mark on professional surfing in a way that is just encouraging for young women to get out there and go surfing. There's so many young women in the water now, and could only hope that I was able to inspire and encourage a lot of young girls to get out there and have a go and try surfing, whether it's competitively or not. And what's next after 7 is 8. I'd love to win 8 world titles. You know, it's going to be an incredibly tough journey, but anything's possible.
In match 1, Stephanie Gilmore defeated Brisa Hennessy, and she now moves into match 2 against the 3rd-ranked surfer, Tatiana Weston Webb.
In the pink jersey, Tatiana Weston Webb.
With these 2 women matching up, there's a lot of recent history, and dare I say it, there's electricity that crackles under the surface when these 2 ladies do battle.
Gilmore's legacy will already go down as the most influential female surfer in history, but today, she is vying for a feat that will define her as the greatest of all time.
Tatiana Weston Webb lines up off the bottom, chops off the top, building up some speed, eyeing the lip. Another hook off the top for Weston Webb. Looking left here, Tatiana Weston Webb. Big carve straight onto the rail. Big snap right behind that with a lot of momentum going to Tatiana Weston Webb.
Steph been put on the back foot again, Capo, yet to answer back. There's a lot on the line for this woman.
Steph Gilmore banks it off the top there. Tapered walls, roundhouse back into the white water. And the rail work that we have grown accustomed to from Steph Gilmore. A couple more snaps on the inside or the finish.
Steph right now just kicking her way out to the back. All day she's been so focused.
Live action here with Stephanie Gilmore. And Gilmore getting busy.
Here we go, Kat.
It's an 8.3. Steph Gilmore turns the heat at the 10-minute mark. Steph Gilmore moving on into match number 3.
Just keep pushing. That's kind of it, you know. It's the conditions really suit my surfing out there today, and see how far I can go.
In match 1 for the men, Italo Ferreira defeated Kanoa Igarashi. Italo now moves into match 2 against number 3 in the world, Ethan Ewing. Italo Ferreira is the most animated competitor on tour, the loudest winner and the most dramatic loser. Yet here at the WSL Finals, the 2019 world champ is rising with a very quiet campaign.
Italo playing the game, almost faking right there.
Throws a snap there, sliding the tail, another carve off the top for Ferreira, looking for a ramp on the inside, but he's gonna stick to the water, stick to the rail, and that's gonna be the opener. Ethan Ewing lining up here, up into the lip, throws the tail. Score that for Ethan Ewing.
Italo takes off, just blasts through that first section, sets those fins free, really building confidence now.
This year, he didn't even make a final. And weirdly enough, he's found himself under the radar. and it's almost maybe a healthy distraction.
Ferreira wins match number 1. Ferreira takes out match number 2, and he's going to be facing up against the number 2 seed, Jack Robinson, in match number 3. So it's Italo Ferreira riding up the cobblestones, and he's going to be preparing for match number 3.
I didn't win this year, but it's time to win right now.
Italo Ferreira and Stephanie Gilmore win another match. 2 heats down, but 3 more to go if you want to be world champion.
She had to work very hard to get through those heats.
The critics say it can't be done. 5 heat wins in one day against the world's best.
It's going to be mentally demanding. It's going to be physically demanding.
Italo, somehow he hangs on to this one after almost losing contact.
It doesn't seem like he'll ever tire. You're going to see the world titles decided today in the water.
Can Gilmore and Ferreira make history? The Rip Curl WSL Finals continues. WSL presents the Rip Curl WSL Finals. Stephanie Gilmore is chasing her 8th world title, a feat that will cement her name in history as the greatest female surfer of all time. As the 5th place seed, Gilmore defeated number 4 Brisa Hennessy in match 1. She took out Tatiana Weston-Webb in match 2, and now she faces Joanne DeFay in match 3.
Think about the 2 matches she had earlier today. They weren't easy. They weren't walkthroughs. She had to work very hard to get through those heats and keep that head strong. So right now, the fantasy is coming to life for her. It's becoming a reality.
For Gilmore and her title hopes, every heat is a must-win.
This is a lot of pressure, but I feel like now that she's got the confidence, we could see her go all the way.
Stephanie Gilmore getting things started here. She's had some slow starts. She wants none of that here in match 3. Whips into that first turn. And again, she leans into that maneuver. This is on its way to being a sensational number.
She's building momentum. This is a way better start than she's had in her first 2 matches. She's going to get her best number maybe of the day.
As she drifts that tail and does hang on for the finish, gets the completion. It's going to be a big number.
To carve through that maneuver and not lose it, impressive. She's going to have a very big advantage right now in this heat.
8.83, and she has left Joanne DeFay with a lot of work to do. She has a great backhand approach. That's how she's claimed the majority of her championship tour wins. As she brings this one through to the inside, gets a nice clean finish there. One of her better rides now. As we see Gilmore now. Dynamite first turn, draws up into the pocket again. Really starting to place these turns and commit to these maneuvers. Putting on a masterclass. Her style, her approach, it's regal. It's timeless.
No, it absolutely is, and we love it. And she's going to head into a title match and go for an unprecedented 8th world title.
I feel like I'm just getting better. Each heat's getting better and better. Making good decisions now. A couple wobbles in the start, but yeah, just conserving energy, and I'm so pumped. Let's do this.
Look forward to that title match. We'll let you prepare.
Much like Gilmore, Italo Ferreira has surfed every heat of this one-day world title deciding event.
It's just incredible the energy he can carry. It doesn't seem like he'll ever tire.
Italo began with a match 1 win over Kanoa Igarashi. He defeated Ethan Ewing in match 2. And now he faces Australian Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson.
Look at this carve, just drives through it, straight into this little whip of the turn.
Now this is a crucial ride for him. Really needs to make this one count. He's going to kick out. He wants to get back out there for priority. Now on the outside, something standing up. Italo having a think about it. Says, why not? I've got more than enough energy in the reserves. As he rips into that first turn. And up into the pocket. Nice blast there. Just amazing how much water he's moved today. He likes it. Signs the check. I think we can expect a decent score for that last ride. Well, Jack Robinson goes to one of those big, clean, stylish carves to get things started. This is a bit more like it from the current world number 2, as he looks to save himself and maybe hang on for a title shot. He's going to have to move quickly here as he finishes this one off. That was a strong ride. Jack Robinson banks an 8.7 as Italo absolutely punishes the opening section of this ride and hammers the bowl again up into it. A third hit. And he must have heard the crowd cheering Jack on through his ride because he has answered in kind.
8.77.
Wow, that was an absolutely amazing way to finish that heat. Too little, too late for Jack Robinson.
Remarkable stuff from Italo, and he is going to give himself a shot at a second world title today.
With 3 straight heat wins, Italo advances into the title match, and the 2022 World Championship will be decided in a 3-heat showdown between 2 Brazilians.
Coming through, folks, one side!
With the news of his challenger, the #1 ranked surfer in the world, Felipe Toledo, has arrived.
I grew up in Ubatuba, São Paulo. Really famous for good waves, a lot of beaches around, like more than 110 spots for surfing. And my dad used to be a professional surfer. He won 3 titles in Brazil. He put me on the surfboard. He was surfing with me at 10 months old. Of course, it was really small, just tiny waves, and everyone was always involved. And we grew up super close to family. And then with 15 years old, I won my first professional event. And I was like, okay, I guess now I want to be a professional surfer. I want to be like on the world tour. I wanted this for a living. It was that day that everything clicked to me and I became a professional surfer. And then me and my family, we talked and we decided to move to San Clemente. Of course, it was for my career, my sport. We moved here thinking as a family, you know, as an opportunity for everyone. So right now I have a family of 2 kids.
Are you shy?
After a year of a lot of contests, a lot of adrenaline and so much going on, when I come back here, it's kind of mellow, super quiet. I just, you know, live a normal life when I'm here in San Clemente. I want to win the world title because it's something that I've been working my whole life, something that I've been dedicating my whole life and sacrificing a lot of things to put my hands on that trophy, to show the kids that, you know, like where I came from, they can do the same thing and they can be a world champion, and of course, for my family. Now it's a clean opportunity for me, again, another shot at the title for me to win and to prove to myself that I can do it. It's good when you have good people around you, a good career around you. I got nothing to worry anymore, you know, I got the family here, I got my dad and mom here, my friends are here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put everything out there and, you know, hopefully come out with the win.
Coming up next, the loudest moment of the year. Italo Ferreira versus Felipe Toledo for the world title. Will number 77 fulfill his destiny, or will Italo, the underdog, silence the crowd? The Rip Curl WSL Finals continues. WSL presents the Rip Curl WSL Finals.
Surfing all the way from match 1 from Bahia Formosa, Brazil, your 2019 world champion in the green jersey, Italo Ferreira!
I didn't win this year, but it's time to win right now. That's why I'm here.
Italo Ferreira enters this title match as the radical and unpredictable challenger.
Italo is one of the most impressive aerialists we've ever seen. He's just so gnarly and fit and just so amped that, like, you walk around like, oh, that guy does 6-foot airs for sure.
And your current #1 seed wearing number 77, Felipe Toledo!
Felipe Toledo is the undisputed crowd favorite.
The 77 number is just booming all the way up and down the beach at Lower Trestles. People know this guy's story, and I think they feel like it's his time.
With flags waving, horns blowing, and fans screaming, the loudest heat of the year begins.
Felipe Toledo off the bottom, big blitz off the lip with the fin throw, jamming down the line. Total control on some messy sections for Toledo. winds up and punches out the finish with authority.
We haven't seen Felipe all day, but just to see his confidence on that opening ride, he's making a statement.
As we see the number 77 clear across Trestles today. All rooting for this man as they want him to win his first world title today. Clean wrap to start, already a ton of speed. Extended tail drift right into a redirect off the top. Slams it shut. Toledo will take this number as the best number so far of title match number 1, as Ferreira is now chasing a 9.13 in this all Brazilian matchup. Nice little power hack for Italo, back to the lip again. Driving into the section, blows half the board out the back, controls it. But Italo just got himself back into the heat, got an 8. Now needs a 7.13. As we have Italo rushing down the line, comes off the whitewater section. Big blast there, still needs a 7.13. How quick was that transition? Back to the lip again. Incredible series of backhand stabs. He's putting this thing to bed. Wondering if he still had energy. Well, there it is.
You know, nothing too critical, so I'm not sure how high they're going to go here. The wave goes quite small.
6.97, just misses the lead change, and he can't believe it. 3 seconds, and using priority to get the first win. Title match heat number 1, Felipe Toledo.
Felipe Toledo narrowly wins the first heat in a split decision from the judging panel.
A couple judges had Italo winning that first title match. That's how close it got.
Italo Ferreira had the highest scoring wave in the first heat. But now the 2019 world champ finds himself in a must-win situation, searching for some emotional fuel to fire him up.
Italo Ferreira, when he's angry, watch out. It's Italo's most fiery year yet. And of course, when you think of Italo and you think of punchy left-handers, you think of some of the most insane airs ever. And I think that's exactly what he's going to lean on. This is a wave that is just a total launch pad for Italo Ferreira.
Felipe now needs one more win to become a world champion, as we see him heading into the second title match with Italo Ferreira. Italo in a must-win situation so he could fight for a second world title. Italo Ferreira rolls in.
This is a really good wave. This is a nice and clean wave with a long wall. It looks like it's going to link up all the way. I mean, he could be looking at a big number ahead. But look at the turns he can fit in a tight little space.
As we see him throw the tail into reverse, Italo Ferreira, back to that in a moment, because Felipe stepping into motion, clean. Big front side hook. He'll climb the next section, nice and hollow under that board. There's that layback dagger. A lot of variety once again. Frames it perfectly for the finish as he'll stare down the entire beach, Mick.
That's good surfing right there. Yeah. That's so precise.
He is taking it to the next level, and it looks to me like he's our world champion.
Now we'll get a split both of them going.
So Italo going left. He's loading up. Tail high reverse. He gets that without a problem. Can he combo it up? Front side wrap. Italo wants another big punt. Stomps the reverse again on the finish. Great read, letting out a bit more emotion.
If Italo got the better of it, it has to be 1.5 points more than whatever Felipe just did.
Oh, the carve down to start and then went right back to the lip. How'd you like that one, Mick?
Yeah, mate. He's been on point all day. He's just going through. Like, even though there's foam on this face, he's just flying through it.
Definitely speed and flow of the wave went Felipe's way, but the variety and the risk goes to Italo.
Yes!
Scores coming through for Felipe Toledo, 8.67. And Italo turned in his best score, 8.6 with 25 seconds. Needs a 7.91 to extend his season to one more match. It's the year of Felipe Toledo in 2022. Your champion of the Rip Curl WSL Finals and your 2022 World Champ.
son is a world champion. I don't believe that.
For Felipe and the Toledo family, their dream has become reality. After 9 years on the championship tour, Felipe Toledo can call himself a world champion.
You know, it's a feeling that obviously I never felt before. But it's just like the relief, you know, like the all hard work of 9 years, you know, sacrificing a lot. My family, you know how hard it is to leave your kid behind. And, you know, like how hard our work for all of this. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. This is for Brazil. This is for my family. And this is for you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Felipe Toledo, your world champion.
The record for the women's world titles stands at 7. Stephanie Gilmore has 7. Lane Beachley has 7. Gilmore wants 8. Can Stephanie Gilmore become the undisputed greatest of all time? The Rip Curl WSL Finals continues. WSL presents the Rip Curl WSL Finals. The Finals is a single-day world title deciding event, and today, Stephanie Gilmore is making history.
Steph's been able to pick off her competitors one by one this morning. She's looking confident and really starting to open up.
The 7-time world champion began her morning as the 5th seed, with a nearly impossible feat in front of her.
When you're 5th, you're surfing from the very beginning of the day and you have to go all the way to the title match. Steph accomplishing that, taking out Brisa Hennessy, breaking combination to turn the impossible on the final wave.
A 6-8-3.
And her hope for an 8th world title continues.
To be able to make it happen in the last minute, they're the heats that feel the best and give you that confidence to keep going.
And after that one wave, you started to see this build in momentum. She just started wiping names off the board.
She had a tight heat with Tatiana. She dominated the heat with Joanne.
I feel like I'm just getting better. Let's do this.
Two of the greatest. Carissa Moore versus Stephanie Gilmore in the final matchup for the 22 season.
I'm happy that I've been kind of coming over and just doing that steep thing.
Now the entire season comes down to this title match between the two most accomplished, skilled, and influential surfers of this era.
Exactly, just look for that steep part.
Yeah.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the who will be your 2022 world champion.
Good luck. Good luck to you.
In the orange jersey, give it up for 7-time world champion, Stephanie Gilmore! And your #1 seed, reigning back-to-back champion in the Hydroflask leader jersey, Carissa Moore! Your title matches are on!
This is without a doubt the biggest match in women's professional surfing history. And the one who raises the trophy at the end of the day will be the greatest.
Finally getting a start here. The Australian Steph Gilmore, big forehand hook. Drills it again, perfect. Carving work for Steph Gilmore. 8.33, what a way to kick off this heat. Carissa Moore lining up her first turn against Gilmore. It's a quick top turn wrap.
Having to sit and watch your opponent all day just go from strength to strength and not let that get to your head. You know, she's just probably thinking, well, I really need to be on.
Steph's just gone to that next level. She's really reserved something in the tank for these final matchups. So you just watch this woman and she's just pushing harder and harder as she's going through the motions.
Now she has a 6.67. Carissa needs a 10 to take the lead on this wave.
Just finding that little bit of a warm-up from Carissa. We have seen Steph kind of figure out the conditions and really surf into rhythm.
Time is against her in this first title match. Stephanie Gilmore has just taken the first match.
Carissa did this last year. She lost the first one and she came back super strong, so I'm sure she'll do that again, but I'm feeling good.
And they're loving your surfing.
I just was like, I'm waiting. It's more just like...
There wouldn't be Carissa without Steph and vice versa. You know, they wouldn't be the world champions they are if they didn't have each other motivating each other.
Thanks for inspiring me so much.
Carissa, in my mind, she's the best female surfer, and I think that she deserves to be the world champion. I don't know, it's like I had that in my mind and I had to push that to the side and like, no, I want it too. I want it really bad, and I want to apply myself in a way where I can make it happen.
I have 5 world titles, and when I was a little girl, I'd never think I'd have 5 world titles. So I'm pretty satisfied, but that doesn't mean that I don't want it, and I don't want to continue pushing my own levels. 7 world titles from Steph, 5 world titles from Carissa. They've never really had to surf off against each other for a world title in the past. I don't think I'm really as focused on the number of world titles that I want to continue to get.
I definitely have my heart set on number 8.
I love everything about that last day. Yeah, let's just go get this one.
Time for title match, heat number 2. Stephanie Gilmore favored with 1 win. If Carissa can get back in this, it will force a 3rd match.
Here we go, Steph.
Really puts the rail in the water, and right behind her, Carissa. Oh, we get the answer back. We love
Carissa's gonna throw down a turn right in front of Steph. Sprays her a little bit there on that last one. Steph Gilmore, as she'll swing off the top. Tight jam there. Wraps it again. Plenty of wall to work with. She'll jam it off the lip. Nice transition into the forehand hook. Stephanie Gilmore drops an 8 as she's hoping for an 8th world title. Carissa needs to move now to salvage her season.
It's now or never. It's like the whole season comes down to this.
Needs more on this inside section. Lays into it. Gilmore, beautiful first turn. Wraps it. Carissa with priority needs a 7.88 to keep her season alive.
Oh, she missed it.
Oh, she missed it. She missed it. No, she missed it. Stephanie Gilmore, fans, here we go. Look at this. Finish it, Big Larry.
What?
Stephanie Gilmore, she holds the record to herself, officially an 8-time world champion.
Rip Curl, WSL Finals champion, and 8 world titles. Stephanie Gilmore, you are a weapon.
Stephanie Gilmore is the 2022 world champion and now holds the record for the most surfing world titles by a woman with 8. At this moment in history, Gilmore can be called the greatest of all time.
The shortest season, but the longest year of my life. To start with such a shocker and pipeline, just gonna crawl my way back into the card. There really is not many words that can describe this feeling right now. To come all the way from 5th and just grind it out all the way to the final, to sit there and battle it out for a world title against her was the greatest moment in my career. I don't think I've ever won a world title sitting in the water.
She's in the history books yet again. 8 world titles. That just sent another shockwave through the whole women's tour. You know, Stephanie's back in a huge way. She is still full force Stephanie Gilmore.
I've won a lot of titles in different ways, and this, to be honest, was the best win I've had.
The Rip Curl WSL Finals has been an historic day. Congratulations to our 2022 world champions, Felipe Toledo and Stephanie Gilmore. For insight and updates on the 2023 season and all information on the WSL, log on to worldsurfleague.com. Thanks for watching the WSL Championship Tour.